Hi, I'm Sylvia Fooding, and I made this video of what I eat in the day as a musician. Apart from showing you what I eat plant-based and gluten-free, I made some footage of how I get ready like a couple of days before the gig. I'm going to the supermarket to buy some food. I'm gonna make some energy balls for the day of the gig. It's 2 days before, so I'm prepping in advance. And yeah, that's it. Every Sunday I write a meal plan for the week, and I make sure I know what I'm going to do each day in order to plan food accordingly. Carlos usually needs some ginger and water, so he came with me and recorded a little bit of the shopping process.
¿Qué es eso, Silvia Fooding? Cuéntanos, es un brécol.
2 days before any concert, I make sure that I have a lot of veggies and plant-based foods at home.
Ah, mira qué cerca, qué nervios.
Salads are usually my go-to, but I always make sure that I make some savory and sweet snacks just to satisfy any craving. So this is like my favorite section. All full of gluten-free, organic, and all that. And my milk. Yeah. Love this one. Although we carry a mini fridge in the van, I usually end up with my bento on my purse, like, all the time. I have to be careful to plan meals that don't go bad easily and that don't need to be reheated. In this case, the festival was nearby, so I planned my breakfast, lunch, dinner, and some snacks accordingly. One of the things that I like the most about this recipe is that only changing a couple of ingredients changes the recipe completely, and the flavors are totally different. So for this one, I'm making cacao and matcha, which is the perfect combination. Or, you know, you can do just cacao or just matcha. I mix the nuts and hemp seeds with some cacao, so chia seeds, and medjool dates in a food processor. I then grab a spoonful of the dough and shape it into a small ball. Then I sprinkle some matcha on top and add some more matcha for rolling them again. And yes, matcha is very good for your skin. I recommend that you make them a day or two in advance because it absorbs part of the matcha and it tastes a little bit less bitter than it would if you didn't. Although if you love strong flavors and if you really love matcha like I do, probably you like that bitter matcha flavor after all, so do whatever you want or just try it. I also made a veggie juice in order to get all the vitamins and minerals my body needs. I don't usually add fruit to my veggie juices, but if the flavor is too strong for you, maybe you should add like a little bit of pineapple or apple or maybe carrots. I have slow juicer so I can keep it in the fridge for 72 hours, which is very convenient if you don't have the time or you know that you won't have the time for making them. It's always better than drinking a pre-packed juice from concentrate. This juice will be part of my breakfast the day of the gig, and I'm also drinking it before I play in order to get all those vitamins and minerals we talked about, and also to wash down the truffles that I'm sure I'm gonna eat. Oh, and I also label the food in my fridge with the date. It's a great way to avoid food waste.
Holding the gun, no one can tell he's been balling. His face rests as calm as the day they found him alive. Pulling the trigger, they look surprised he's still crawling. A delusional mind, fighting like thunder and light. Go down that road, don't lose your world, and before you go, fight for your life, be the wife, be the brave. Now
going to the TV. We're gonna be on the movies. Big time.
We're going to an interview right now. Tomorrow is the gig. And I'm kind of worried because it's really cloudy today and it started raining in the morning and I'm not really sure they're gonna cancel the gig or not. So maybe I'm gonna post this preparation for the gig video in which there's no concert after all. So. In Galicia we have this kind of weather, you know, it's always rain and cloudy and it's kind of Ireland, but you know, we speak weird.
I'm a morning person. I usually get up around 6:30. We morning people need some minutes to wake up to, so I stick to my morning routine that starts with oil pulling and water with lime. I also practice some yoga and meditate, but this is not a morning routine video, so I'll keep going. I then work in the office, which is basically my computer, and I answer some emails and do some office burning stuff. I check my calendar to see what I have planned for the day and also my to-do lists. Breakfast is probably my favorite meal of the day, and I made some hemp milk from scratch. I mixed 1 cup of almond milk with half a cup of hemp seeds, a medjool date, and 1 cup of water. Then blend it for a minute or two, and now for the fancy stuff. Put 1/4 cup of cooked buckwheat, add a tablespoon of cacao powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I use this brand that tastes amazing. I'll write the link in the description box. Don't forget to add some black pepper because the body absorbs the properties of the turmeric better. I added matcha too, a teaspoon of reishi and a couple of tablespoons of chia seeds. Now you need to pour a cup of the hemp milk that you made before or any other plant-based milk and leave it for 5 to 10 minutes in order to let the chia do its magic. Finally, I top it with some fresh fruit. Later that morning, I had another interview. As the sound check was pretty close to the time of the interview, they called me on the phone. It was for the radio this time. And I usually laugh, talk, laugh again, and talk some more. You can find the links to both interviews in the description box below. After that, Carlos and I picked up the backline and put it in the van. It usually takes me around 10 to 15 minutes to do so, but as I'm still recovering from my surgery, it took me a little bit longer and I took it slowly. Then I made some quinoa salad to take with me. Also, the recipe is on the webpage, so link below. For lunch, I made some roasted aubergines and stuffed them with the salad. I also made some snacks with peppers that Carlos stole from me, so I can't tell you how they were, but he said they were pretty okay. I also made sure I carried enough truffles and fruit to share with everyone. We usually arrive early to the sound check and start setting everything up. They were running a little late when we arrived because they had to cover the stage in case it started raining. got cancelled after all.
Pásame los monitores por los guías.
If you give me one more life, I'd gladly do what I have done.
I'm here chilling now, having a leftover juice that I made the other day. And a rice toast with cashew butter, homemade, and quince jelly. I'm sorry you couldn't see me playing, but I had a fun time anyways, because I always take the good out of the bad situation, so yeah, I hope next time I make a video and I plan it like 4 days in advance, explaining everything that I do before a gig. I'm able to do that gig. But anyways, thanks for watching, have fun and keep fooding.